D2 here. Oh, fuck. I fucked up my own goddamn fucking name. Anyway, D2 Word Life here.
Gunther 11, son of a bitch there.
Fuck you. D2 Word Life here with Rip. I'm so happy that Seth Rollins won tides.
No. No.
Oh, come on. We all know how much of a fan of Seth Rollins you really are.
No, I am not.
I bet you were happy he came back from his so-called injury.
Nope.
But we'll get to that more later because today we are reviewing SummerSlam 2025 Night 1. That took place on August 2nd, 2025 in East Rutherford, New Jersey at the MetLife Stadium with an announced attendance of 53,161, which, even though they may have inflated that number, it looks real. That number looks believable. That place was packed.
No, that was the actual attendance. That fucking place was packed to the brim. It had Cardi B. It had the other guy. It even had Hulk Hogan's son.
Yeah, I mean, that place was packed with thousands of fans there. Which is
it had his whole family. It just showed it his son.
Yes. Yes, his son was in attendance along with over 50,000 of Hulk Hogan's brothers.
Yes, and with millions and millions of brothers watching around the world.
Brother. Wait, what? Anyway, the commentators for this event was Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. The ring announcer was Alicia Taylor.
Which was her first SummerSlam debut.
Yeah. And I know God Bless America was also performed. I just forgot who it was. I know it's another celebrity at the start of the show. Yeah.
I know it was New Jersey zone.
Yeah. But whatever. But whatever. We're not really here to talk about who actually sang God Bless America. I didn't jot that down. We're here to talk about the matches and our thoughts on it.
That's because they always, in every freaking pay-per-view, they always sing God Bless America.
But we start off this match with the tag team match that pitted Paul Heyman's boys, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, against Jey Uso and the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
Yes, acknowledge the yeet.
Yeah. Anyway, all four men made their entrances here. I mean, I think it was kind of funny seeing Bronson Reed wearing freaking Roman Reigns' shoes around his neck. The shoes he stole back on Monday.
Shoes.
Well, I know recently freaking Bronson Reed stole Roman Reigns' shoes back on Monday's Raw at time of recording. Yeah, and he wore them around his neck, called it the Shula Follow. I'm like, oh, jeez. Really? You gonna have some wordplay with that?
The Shula Follow? Really?
Yeah, that's what on commentator that Reed was calling them.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, oh, jeez. And, after all four men made their entrances, it was wild, freaking chaotic, all four men battling at once until the Reigns and Uso got in control. And that's when Uso was like, well, let's play my entrance music back right now in the middle of this match.
The match didn't even fucking start.
Well, after the opening exchanges, that's what happened. Right?
Yes. They got jumped by Bronson Reed and
Braun Breaker. Yeah, but then afterwards, freaking.
I also like how the fucking commentators are like, "Oh, they're the Bronze team." I'm like,
so that team came in third all the time.
Because the Braun team, yeah. Is the literally Bronson Reed?
We had Bronson
Braun
Reed, Braun
Breaker.
Breaker, the Bronze team. Goddamn, the only person that Seth Rollins is missing in his stable is Braun Strowman, so he can have all three Brauns. I just hope I didn't spark an idea. Yeah. all of a sudden we hear Triple H rehiring Braun Strowman, and then he comes out and joins freaking Seth Rollins' group. I'd be like, motherfucker. Why does
It's Braun, and Braun.
Braun, and Braun? I'd be like, all right.
That's the brain.
Yeah. But, after the whole, opening minutes, wild, chaotic opening 5 minutes of this matchup, Breaker and Reed were dominating for the most part, isolating, I think, Jay for the most part.
Yeah. Well, they always thought that Jey Uso was the weakest. Like, even freaking Paul Heyman was trying to instigate, saying, "Oh, you were betrayed by Roman, and you betrayed Roman. How can you trust Roman? And Roman, how can you trust Jey?" And I'm like, dude, they're family. They'll betray. Have you seen their fucking family line? It's, friends, family, betrayal, backstab, back together again. Betrayal, backstab, back together again.
Yep. Yeah, and a little bit later on, after being like double teamed and isolated from his corner, Jey Uso eventually got the tag. Got the tag on Roman, who started working over Breaker for a little while, but then Uso got the tag back in and performed the super kick on Bronson Reed. But then
he tagged Roman after Bronson Reed put Roman on his shoulders. Was gonna freaking Samoan drop him, and then Jay does a blind tag and hits him with the freaking super kick right in the face.
Yeah, but besides a little bit of stuff we just talked about what happened in the ring, let's just talk about what happened. It doesn't matter who the legal man was. I think it was Reigns at this point. Friggin' Reigns got a little revenge on what happened to Breaker, what Breaker did to him on Raw when he speared Breaker through the timekeeper's area, through the barricade. Into the crowd, it looked like, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then and that was a highlight of this match. And then Bronze Reed attempted to do the same on me, but Reigns came in and performed the Superman punch on the Reed, followed by Reigns and Uso performing the 1D on the Reed for a 2 count because Breaker came back in and broke that pinfall attempt up.
Which was fucking a miracle because he got fucking speared. Fucking literally, Roman ran from one end of the damn shit and fucking speared his ass through the damn fucking barricade. And he still got back up.
Yes. But then near the end of the match, Braun Breaker was in the zone. He was looking to spear Jey Uso, but Reigns freaking shoved Jey out of the way and took the bullet, and he got speared by Braun Breaker instead. And then Jey Uso battled back, nailed Breaker with a super kick, followed by a spear and freaking a splash, and the Uso splash on the Bronson Reed to win the match.
Well, also, Bronson Reed literally said, I'm going to finish Jay. It's going to be a tsunami. He's literally yelling tsunami. And then what happens? Roman Reigns yeets his ass off the top rope.
Yes. Oh, yeah, and even though we just talked about the thing, I do kind of like near the beginning of the match when Braun Breaker was working over Jey Uso. I love the little shit talking he was doing to Roman Reigns too at the same time. Mocking the crowd, chanting Roman Reigns' name. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When Braun Breaker was like, Roman Reigns, go home. You should have stayed home or something like that. And I'm just like, Jesus, he has to shit talk with the chant here. right?
Yeah.
But either way, Reigns and Uso won the match, with Uso getting the final pinfall, like I said, over Bronson Reed. Your thoughts on this one?
It was good. Acknowledge the yeet.
I acknowledge the no yeet.
You acknowledge the yeet.
I thought it was a good way to open up this card. They told the story they needed to tell.
Yeah, but it's been years since anyone's seen fucking Roman open up a damn pay-per-view.
I know, I cannot recall the last time I seen Roman Reigns open up a pay-per-view.
The last time he opened up a pay-per-view was
Was he in jail? 2020?
15?
I thought it was 2020. Wasn't he in Jey Uso's Hell in a Cell match back in 2020, the opening contest?
I think so.
For that show. I think that was the last time we seen Roman Reigns in the opener. Don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure.
2015 or 2020. Could have been either one.
I mean, don't quote me on that. I'll probably do some research and figure out the answer to that later. Right?
Yes.
I just know it's been
and a
years.
lot of people speculated that it would mess with his head.
I know. It's just been years since we've seen Roman Reigns actually in the opening match of the show. Right?
Yes.
So yeah, I thought it was a good way to open up, got the crowd pumped up, and they told the story they needed to tell. Right?
Yes.
Then we move on to the second match of the night, which was for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Which was
before I forget to say something, could you say that Braun and Braun got the bronze?
I guess if you want to put it that way.
They got the bronze medal that night?
Yeah. God damn it. You're full of jokes, ain't you? Hey. Anyway, we go on to the next match of the night, which was for the Women's Tag Team titles, like I was starting to say. It was Women's Tag Team Champions Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez of the Judgment Day defending against the people who are not friends. They're only allies by convenience, and I'm talking about Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair here.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I know they've been teaming together for like the past couple months, but it's still weird hearing Charlotte Flair get cheered, especially in a title match like we've seen here.
Well, that's because Charlotte Flair is now having fun.
Oh, like you think she wasn't having fun getting all those world title shots and beating her opponents, despite the fans hating it?
Now she's having more fun.
Is it bad that I can see with a crooked smile when you said more fun? Like you're up to something. All right.
Yes.
And it's like, these two teams went back and forth. The highlight was like Flair did apply the figure 8 leg lock on Rodriguez, and Bliss attempted to hit Rodriguez, who moved, causing Bliss to accidentally nail Flair in the face. And I'm sorry, when that spot happened, about the middle of the match or near the end of the match, after some back and forth action, I thought, okay, this is done. The champions are going to retain here, right?
Well, you were also sad that there was no chin lock.
Oh, there'll be plenty coming up this week in the classic pay-per-view we were going to be doing. Just just you wait. Right? There's going to be a lot of them. And of course, Bliss then freaking got nailed with the Tahana bomb from freaking Rodriguez, but followed by a Pop Rocks.
That wasn't Bliss, that was Charlotte.
Or wait, Charlotte got nailed with all that. I thought Bliss got nailed with all that. Oh yeah, it was Flair that got nailed with all that, but Bliss broke up the pinfall attempt. And I'm thinking to myself,
Bliss
damn.
came in with a modified version of natural selection.
Yep. Yeah, and then later on in the matchup, near the end of the matchup here, freaking Bliss had freaking I think she had I think she had freaking Roxanne in the freaking position for Sister Abigail, right?
Yeah,
And then you see Flair in the corner.
After Bliss hit the modified natural selection, because she did the running neck breaker like Charlotte does for her natural selection. That's why I said modified, because it was not really the natural selection, but
yeah, but
different ways of doing things.
Yeah, but we see Bliss
drags
with
Charlotte over to the corner, tags her in, and then puts Roxanne
in position for Sister Abigail.
Into the position of Sister Abigail, and then you look as she looks back and literally sees Charlotte with kind of like an evil look in her eye for a second.
And we all thought, Charlotte's gonna come and kick freaking Bliss's head off for that punch to the face earlier. Nope, only for freaking Flair to charge in and nail Rodriguez with a big boot instead.
Yes.
Which allowed Bliss to nail the Sister Abigail onto Perez to get the pin and win the championships.
Yes.
So yeah, the new women's tag champions is Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss here. Now, obviously, there was more to this match than what I described, but I described pretty much the important parts of this matchup here. But your thoughts on this one as a whole?
It's good. Well, the Judgment Day don't have all the power now. Well, except for the male tag team champions and the trash can, but
in the Intercontinental title, for now at least, at time of recording. That could change later.
Can will lose. Trash can will lose.
That could change later. All right.
AJ will beat Trash Can.
Yep.
And if you guys are wondering who I call Trash Can, it's Dominic.
All because of Pat McAfee's little joke from the Elimination Chamber during that that unsanctioned match. and you just can't let it go. You just got to keep calling him that for the last several months. Right?
It is funny.
Yeah. But anyway, I think
I can say the same thing about you too, dickhead.
I never said I didn't. Anyway, next up we go to, was it here that they announced they did the whole Hulk Hogan memorial mention and showing Nick Hogan in the audience, right?
Yes.
Before we got to our next matchup here, which was Sami Zayn taking on Karrion Kross, and Karrion Kross had Scarlett in his corner. All right.
I still fucking did not like how they buried him. They fucking literally buried him yet again in the fucking Sami Zayn and Kross feud, which they're going to continue. But they literally buried Kross, which was fucking bullshit.
Well, I don't know about that, to be honest here. I think this was the end-all. They did fight each other. They faced off each other in, what was it, the Saudi Arabia show? Where Zayn got the win there. And then I guess they fought each other again on Raw when Karrion Kross got the win there. This was their third and final encounter. And this story was all built on Karrion Kross trying to get into Sami Zayn's head, trying to get Sami Zayn to tap into that evil side of him. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, we all know it's not going to end just yet.
And, after some back and forth action throughout this matchup here, I'm not really going to go into detail with any of this. Freaking Scarlett handed Kross the pipe, or a lead pipe, which Kross missed the shot. And Sami Zayn performed the least devastating move in all sports entertainment, the Blue Thunder Bomb on the Kross.
Your favorite.
Did it work? No, it did not work. It never does, except for that one time in Saudi Arabia on the pre-show.
Your favorite move.
What?
I said your favorite move.
Yeah, and then Scarlett then freaking laid the pipe at Zayn's feet, pretty much playing the devil's advocate, saying, Use the pipe. You know you wanna. So Zayn picked up the pipe, thought about it, and then he just tossed the pipe away. You're freezing to use it. And that's when Cross freaking came back, rolled, hit the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment, the surprise roll on Zayn, only to get a 2 count. Right?
Yeah.
And then Zayn fought back at the end, nailed Cross with the Explorer suplex on the turnbuckle, followed by a haluva kick, and got the 3 count to win. Your thoughts on this one?
It was a good match. Still didn't like the fact that they fucking buried his ass yet again.
Well, I don't know. Well, you think that there should be more to this story than just that? I really don't know, to be honest, because the internet rumor right now is that Karrion Kross did not re-sign a new contract, which meant that this could have been his last appearance before being released at some point. If he does not re-sign again, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said I don't know. This might be their last encounter. All right.
Well, we'll see.
So yeah, I don't know the story on that. That's just a story I got. I don't know how true it is. I thought it was okay, but to me, even though they told a good story, it felt like it was the weakest match of the card at this point. But compared to the actual what happened in the actual main event, this one might as well just be a barn burner Iron Man match by comparison. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know I'm right. Yeah, and then up next we have the women's title match. It was women's champion Tiffany Stratton defending against Jade Cargill. And remember, Jade Cargill earned this opportunity when she won the Queen of the Ring tournament that we covered here. So to me, this felt like, it's like this was like 7 minutes long, but they packed a lot of moves into that 7 minutes, including moves from Cargill I wouldn't thought she would pull off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it convinced me that Cargill actually had a chance to win this match during the opening back and forth stretch here. Neither women had the freaking advantage. Cargill did perform Jaded on Stratton, but Stratton placed her foot on the middle rope. But to be fair, during that pinfall, they were way too close to the ropes anyway, right?
Yeah.
But near the end of the matchup here, briefly, Cargill attempted the Jaded from the middle rope, but Stratton countered, sending Cargill to the mat, and then Stratton performed the prettiest moonsault ever to Cargill to get the 3 count and retain the championship. Yeah, this match really wasn't the best in my opinion, but it is what it is. I thought Cargill was actually going to get the win here. Your thoughts on this one?
They're building Jade Cargill up, so she'll get another chance at the women's title at some point down the line.
Yeah.
So, and they're trying to build up Tiffany to be a strong champion. So they'll probably have them face her yet again at some point, probably next couple months or so.
Yeah, more than likely, but out of all the title defenses we've seen Tiffany Stratton do, I would say that this one was probably her better one compared to the other ones. Because let's face it, her matches against Nia Jax, Charlotte, and Trish Stratus were just painted by the numbers. Really didn't feel special throughout her so far 8-month reign.
Well, her Trish Stratus one, yeah, well, that was special because that was what she wanted to do because she looked up to Trish Stratus, so it was actually memorable for that because you literally saw one of the original women's champions versus the new women's champion. So we actually got to see a little bit of old school versus new school.
I mean, yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, I haven't been the biggest fan of Tiffany Stratton style defenses. But, this one is the best one, in my opinion. Yes, it could have gone either way, but in the end, Tiffany Stratton retains. And I'm not being a hater. I don't have to particularly, be a fan of every match on the card. But but do I think this one was better than the Cross and Sami Zayn match that came before it? Yes. No offense to Zayn or Cross, they did what they had to with the time they were given as well.
I like the fact that they literally buried Cross yet again in that match.
Yep.
Because Cross literally wrote a book telling how much WWE meant to him.
Yeah, this women's title match, it was all right. I mean, it was good. I thought out of the two women's matches on this card, I think the tag team title match was better. But, it's all right for what it is. If they have a real rivalry going on SmackDown and that means more matches between the two, then yeah, I'll take it. It's pretty much what I'm saying. Am I right?
Yeah, they will. For damn sure they will.
Yeah. And then we go on to the semi-main event of the night, which was the celebrity tag team match. It was Drew McIntyre and your boy Logan Paul, Mr. Prime Boy.
Fuck Logan.
And they were taking on the team of Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
The son of a sinner.
To be honest, for a freaking celebrity match, and this was Jelly Roll's first match, I gotta say, throughout this whole match, he fucking impressed me. Not gonna lie. Not only with the abuse he was taking, but also the moves he was actually fighting back with, holding his own.
And he lost a bunch of weight. He was 299 pounds, so he was under 300 pounds.
Yep. I mean, he was taking his training for this matchup very seriously, right?
Well, he had Orton training him, Taker training him, and a whole bunch of other freaking people training him, which I forget all their names, but he had a whole bunch of people helping him.
Matt Bloom, a.k.a. A-Train, was also training him.
Yes.
So, yeah. So yeah, Jelly Roll was holding his own, pulling off moves that a celebrity here I didn't see coming, and he was able to take the abuse as well as dish it out in this match, right? That McIntyre and Paul were doing, including double teaming at one point, keeping him isolated from his partner Orton, right?
Yeah.
But, besides that, near the end of the matchup here, we got to talk about this spot. We got to talk about the spot now. In no way, shape, or form did I think that Jelly Roll was going to be the recipient of this. I thought Orton was going to be in this spot, but no. Freaking Jelly Roll was laid out on the freaking Spanish announce table, and all of a sudden, Logan Paul nailed the frog splash from the turnbuckle through the announce table through Jelly Roll.
The fall from grace.
Or the Paul from grace. That's what he calls it. Yeah, but I'm just like, I'm like, oh shit. I didn't think Jelly Roll was going to take the table spot.
Well, he also imitated Stone Cold's beer bash, but instead with fucking shitty ass Prime.
Oh yeah, I noticed that too. I'm like, yeah, no. Right? He's just showing off at this point when he was doing that. But yeah, even you gotta admit that looked impressive. Seeing Jelly Roll take that spot.
Well, Jelly Roll receiving it, yes. For his first match and taking that much of a bump, yes. Logan Paul, no.
I mean, most freaking most freaking new wrestlers these days or rookies these days wouldn't even think about taking that spot, right?
Yeah, but look at what happened after the fucking Randy was getting taken, but then he fucking sees Randy holding his own, and Randy getting beat up, and then Jelly Roll was like, fuck this, I ain't going to the back, and look what fucking happened. He still took that shit and came back.
I mean, he still took that shit. He came back despite medical personnel telling him to go to the back.
I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? The Terminator?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and then when Jelly Roll got tagged back in, Randy Orton did nail an RKO on the McIntyre before being sent to the ring post by Logan Paul on the outside, taking Orton out of the matchup.
A flying RKO, because he fucking leaped from one side of the ring to the other and fucking launched that shit. I'm like, that's impressive.
Of course, back in the ring, Logan Paul got the upper hand over Jelly Roll and in the end, Logan Paul nailed the frog splash from the top rope on the Jelly Roll to get the 3 count and the win for himself and McIntyre. And then you probably celebrate by chugging all those freaking Prime balls you got.
And you celebrate by shoving them straight up your ass.
No, I didn't. And despite the heel team winning, obviously, your thoughts on this one? I was actually impressed by Jelly Roll's performance here. And being the one to take the pin.
Like he said at the entrance when he came out, he's all like, oh, I pledge allegiance to the voices, to the apex predator. I hear voices in my head, whichever schizophrenia because we sing along.
God damn it. I knew at some point you were going to mention that. But I thought the match was actually pretty impressive.
I know I'm not making fun of people with schizophrenia. I am just doing a joke.
Yeah. I mean, I thought
I know that is a big thing.
Yeah. I thought the match was pretty impressive, specifically the stuff Jelly Roll was taking in the ring. I didn't expect, for a celebrity match, I didn't expect him to take that much punishment.
His wife was worried too. When she saw him fucking go through that goddamn table, I'm like, yeah, she probably not gonna. She's worried as fuck.
Do I think Jelly Roll needs to at least make a comeback and wrestle one more time to get his win back over Paul? Possibly. When he gets more training in, you know what I'm saying? But hey, this for the first time out here for his first match here in WWE, despite being a celebrity, a musician, I actually thought he did a good performance out there.
Yes.
So yeah, the ending may have been disappointing because it's not too often the heel team actually wins a match with a celebrity involved, but am I disappointed with the match overall? Not really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought it was a good match. The best tag match of the night, in my opinion. So there you go. So now it's time to talk about the main event, or what we thought was the main event. It was World Heavyweight Champion Gunther defending against CM Punk in the battle to see who the best in the world truly was, because Gunther's been going around calling himself that too. You know that, right?
Yes.
Considering Gunther did a promo a couple weeks ago saying that the best in the world is the man with a world heavyweight title, which is him at the time. So yeah, to say that Gunther was after their entrances and CM Punk got the biggest pop of the night, obviously. To say that Gunther was in control of this match for 80% of it is an understatement. Because every freaking offensive move that CM Punk tried to get on, Gunther would reverse it. And those damn chops, man. But then again, I give CM Punk credit because I never seen anyone try to block or reverse a chop by putting their arms up. Right? In the corner.
Yeah.
And at one point, CM Punk was actually going for top rope move. He gets chopped in the back of the knees where you're in the thigh area. And there ain't no blocking that when you can't see it coming. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that looked like it hurt. Yeah, and then at one time, CM Punk actually got in control. Tried to do the high knee attempt into the corner, high knee attempt on Gunther in the corner, but Gunther reversed into a power bomb for a 2 count. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then freaking Punk tried to attempt the top rope elbow drop when he was back in control, but Gunther chopped him down, performed a top rope splash for another 2 count. Right? At this point, this match could have gone either way. I mean, both of them brought the intensity as well.
Well, Punk had a plan. He literally avoided those. When Gunther went for those chops in the green, he literally just went, shield, shield, shield.
Yeah, and then Punk then attempted the GTS, but Gunther countered it into a powerbomb and a drop kick. And then nailed Punk with another powerbomb for the freaking 2 count. Right, again. And, you know, this match was 30 minutes long, and it was at this point in the match that both men were exhausted. They were on the outside. Punk was beaten down, but Gunther, instead of taking advantage of the situation, right, decided to taunt the crowd, you know, go over the podium where the championship was being displayed, saying, "This is mine. I am the best in the world." Then Gunther decided to climb up onto the freaking announce table and was like, "Yeah, I am the champion. I am the best world," you know, taunting the crowd and CM Punk at the same time. Only for CM Punk to spring back to life, trip up Gunther, and I think freaking Gunther fell and cracked his head on the freaking concrete, because the next time we saw Gunther emerge, he was covered in blood. Right?
You know, he fucked up his face and his nose.
Yeah, and then freaking back in the ring, Gunther was in the corner looking mesmerized by his blood, maybe a little scared here, because we'd never seen Gunther busted open since his main roster debut. And Punk, that smelled blood, that was like a shark that smelled blood in the water, just went after Gunther out with punches and kicks in the corner. And freaking and Punk attempted the GTS, but Gunther countered to a sleeper hold, which CM Punk escaped out of. And CM Punk was able to perform a GTS, but Gunther landed on his feet. All wobbly, but still landed on his feet. But then CM Punk decided to go for the GTS again, nailed it for a second time, and actually got the 3 count to win the World Heavyweight Championship in a feel-good moment, because CM Punk hasn't held a world title in WWE since 2013, since the start of 2013.
Since his departure.
Yes. Everybody was happy about that. Everybody was praising CM Punk. Everyone lost their minds at this. And, you know, this was the perfect way for SummerSlam Night 1 to freaking end, right? Everyone was happy. Everyone wanted to go home happy. And it would have been the perfect way to end SummerSlam Night 1. Until we heard a little certain superstar's theme music start playing. And yes, Seth Rollins' music started playing. He came out with Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins was still on the crutches with the busted knee, with the knee injury he suffered during the Saturday Night's main event match with LA Knight. And CM Punk, Seth Rollins on the ramp even said, "Enjoy your title reign, because once I'm all healed up, I'm coming after you." And then Seth Rollins turns. You think he was going to the back, but nope. Seth Rollins stood up straight, dropped his crutches, took the knee brace off, took his shirt off, and was like, "Fuck it, I'm cashing in my Money in the Bank contract now." Right?
Yeah, no, this motherfucker planned it.
Yes, and then what happens? Seth Rollins and his freaking 2 cronies, which is Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, beat the living shit out of CM Punk with the briefcase. Beat him down to where he's defenseless. Seth Rollins cashes in his Money in the Bank contract. Bell rings. Seth Rollins nails the curve stomp onto an already freaking defenseless Punk, covers Punk for the 3 count, and steals the World Heavyweight title in the process.
Yeah, I just like the fact that the referee didn't check on fucking Punk to see if he was fine before doing it. But yeah, like they normally do. But yeah, they fucked him over.
And I know a lot of people are happy about this because they realize Seth Rollins is not injured anymore, but I know a lot of people are pissed about this because CM Punk got screwed. The way I see it is like, well, it's a great piece of storytelling.
Since you were happy that Rollins catching his fucking championship, his fucking briefcase.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? This all ties in the story because Seth Rollins even said before to CM Punk, as long as Seth Rollins is around, CM Punk will never be champion again.
Yeah,
which is exactly what happened.
With your 50 billion cases of Prime.
So Seth Rollins is now your World Heavyweight Champion, and that's how SummerSlam went off air. Your thoughts on the World Heavyweight title match between Punk and Gunther and the cash-in afterwards as a whole?
The title match was excellent. What happened after was fucked.
Yeah, and a lot of people are calling that the ruse of the century now. Now, now everyone's debating, was Seth Rollins' knee injury, was it fake or a work or was it legit real? What's your thoughts on that one before I give you my thoughts about the knee injury that Seth Rollins supposedly had since Saturday night's main event?
Could be real, could not. Don't know. Probably planned it out. Probably wasn't as bad as everyone thought.
My thing is here, with so many injuries that took place this year, I don't think Triple H would just book his top heel on Raw to be injured fake just to have this surprise cash in. What I think happened is that maybe the injury did legit happen at Saturday night's main event. Maybe he landed on his knee wrong, but maybe it wasn't as bad as they thought it was going to be, and it was probably healed up within like 2 or 3 weeks later, which would give us, this timeline that we have now. And everyone kept saying, oh yeah, it's fake. I'm like, you don't know that. It could be real. Right? Maybe he was injured at first, but maybe it wasn't as serious as everyone thought it was. Kind of like what happened to Kennedy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was just one of those cases. We'll never know for sure, but that's just my assumption on it. But, going back to the match with Gunther and Punk, 5 out of 5 stars. That was the best match of the night. The cash-in, even though shocking as a match, it was crap. It was only 10 seconds. I don't count the pre-match beatdown as part of the match. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, yeah. Anyway, that's our review. That's our review of the show. And now we go on to our favorite portion of the review, like I always say, and that's our rating system for SummerSlam 2025 Night 1. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso defeating the Braun's team, which is Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in that tag team match. I gave it 3 3/4 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Alexa Bliss.
No, not because of Roman.
Acknowledge your tribal chief.
Acknowledge the yeet.
Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair defeating Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez to win the women's tag team titles. I also gave that one 3 3/4 out of 5.
4.5.
You're enjoying these matches way more than I am, apparently. Sami Zayn defeating Karrion Kross. This one felt average, so I gave it 3 out of 5.
2.5.
You're only saying that because Karrion Kross was buried, in your opinion.
It's bullshit. Sami Zayn did not need that fucking win. He did not. And you can't tell me that that's not true.
Well, again, even if Sami Zayn freaking lost the match, it wouldn't have hurt him in the long run. I still think he's a contender for a world title shot at some point with his star power anyway. That's what I think. Tiffany Stratton defeating Jade Cargill to retain the women's championship. I gave that one 4 out of 5.
Yeah, 4. Well, 4.5.
Which means, yeah, let me correct myself. This women's title match was better than the tag title match. Not by much, though, in my opinion. Drew McIntyre and your boy Logan Paul defeating Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. I gave that one 4 out of 5.
You gave it what? You cut off for a second.
I gave it 4 out of 5.
I give it a 5 out of 5 just for Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
Yeah. CM Punk defeating Gunther to win the World Heavyweight Championship. I gave that one 5 out of 5 easy.
Yeah, that's 5.
And in the main event, Seth Rollins surprising everyone, coming back from injury, cashing in his Money in the Bank contract, and defeating CM Punk to win the World Heavyweight title. 10 seconds. That's all that was. 0 out of 5. I can't rate it higher.
Bullshit. Screw job.
Oh, you're saying this was the SummerSlam screw job?
Yeah, it was the, yes.
Or the
Instead of the Montreal screw job, it's the SummerSlam screw job.
Or the New Jersey screw job, because that's where they were.
Yes. It's the New Jersey screw job.
So, yeah, that one obviously from bell to bell.
The title match, 5 out of 5. What happened after? Bullshit. New Jersey screw job.
So from bell to bell, 10 seconds. I had to give that 0 out of 5. Seth Rollins coming back, presenting to everyone that he was not injured and everything else. Fine. The whole comeback beforehand, fine. I'll give that one 5 out of 5. I did not see it coming, but the match itself, cash-in match itself, 0. That was really not a match there at all. Because of the beatdown that happened beforehand. And the fact that Punk was already exhausted after a 30-plus minute war with Gunther. On top of it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That's why it's super negative. It is bullshit.
So, yeah, my final grade for SummerSlam 2025 Night 1 is a B.
I'm not giving my final grade until I see the second night, so it's all together.
Well, I decided to grade them night, and whichever one I feel is the highest grade, that's the overall grade I'll give it. But if they're both a B, then I guess the overall grade would be a B. I don't know yet, obviously.
Yeah,
Right?
well, I'm withholding my final until I see part 2.
Yeah, and that'll be later on today at time of recording here. So yeah, that's our thoughts on SummerSlam 2025 Night 1. So yeah, our next freaking review obviously will be SummerSlam 2025 Night 2, which will be uploaded tomorrow. So you get to look forward to that. And then obviously later on in the week, near the end of this week, we'll be doing SummerSlam 1997 review. Which we all know Riptides will love to watch back again.
No, I will not.
Oh, I bet you will.
Oh,
What'd you say?
I said I know you do.
Oh, I will. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow when we review SummerSlam 2025 Night 2. So until then...
Also, guys, if you want to give us some of your predictions, what you guys thought was the best match of night 1 and some of your guys' predictions of what night 2 is going to be, which will be in just a few hours.
Okay, fine.
You can put those down in the comments, and we'll
no.
actually kind of go over the comments a little bit in our next one.
Yeah, if
you guys choose to.
But fine. You want to do our predictions right now? Fine, we'll do our predictions right now. Here's a little treat, a little extra. Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky triple threat match for the women's world title. Your prediction on that one?
Hands down.
You say Rhea. Everyone says Rhea. I think I can agree with that. We'll talk about that after it happens. Lynch versus Valkyria for the no disqualification match for the women's Intercontinental title.
Lynch.
I think it'll be a close one, but I say Lynch here. Steel cage match, Solo versus Jacob. Who do you got?
Jacob.
Same. Intercontinental title match, Styles versus the Trash Can. I think that one's obvious. We say Styles.
Styles.
Yes. The six-pack TLC ladder match for the WWE tag titles. Wyatt Six versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix versus DIY versus Fraxium versus Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits.
There's actually two teams I would, for my prediction, either Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin, or the Wyatt Six.
Me, I would probably either go for DIY or the Wyatt Six, but Motor City Machine Guns is probably a close third prediction for me anyway. Right.
I'd say Motor City, and why is it because the Motor City keeps getting fucking screwed by DIY and by DIY most of all, and the Street Profits. But my prediction still stands: either Motor City or
Motor City or Wyatt Six. Okay. And of course,
and Andrade and Phoenix. Those three.
And of course, the main event tomorrow. The main event being the street fight for the WWE Championship. Champion Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
I have to do my boy Cena.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn between this one. I mean, I guess I would say fucking Cody Rhodes, but I think that's going to be a great fight either way, I don't care who wins that match. And wins the title in the end. So yeah, I guess that's our predictions for night 2.
If you guys want to give us your predictions, like I said, we'll kind of go over in a comment just a little bit.
If you guys comment on there.
To see the reactions to the comments and your predictions.
Yeah, if there was any comments there. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our thoughts and our review and our predictions for SummerSlam. Our review for SummerSlam Night 2 and our predictions for SummerSlam. Our review for Night 1 and our predictions for Night 2. I can't talk for shit, and I gotta do this again tomorrow.
This dumbass doesn't know how to fucking speak.
God. So anyway, we'll talk to you tomorrow when we review Night 2 of SummerSlam. So until then, peace.
Deuces.